What is Sprint Zero? Sprint Zero is a preparatory sprint in Scrum methodology that precedes the regular development sprints. It's used to establish the project's foundation, including setting up the development environment. This involves configuring tools, servers, and other necessary infrastructure. Creating a product backlog. The initial list of product features and requirements is defined. Establishing team norms and rules. The team agrees on working practices, communication methods, and decision-making processes. Defining the product vision and goals. A clear understanding of what the product aims to achieve is established. What is sprint velocity? Sprint velocity is a measure of a Scrum team's productivity. It represents the amount of work, typically measured in story points, a team can complete in a single sprint. Sprint velocity helps teams estimate future work, track progress, and identify areas for improvement. What is sprint duration? Sprint time is the fixed duration of each sprint. It's typically set for a short period, such as 2 to 4 weeks. Consistent sprint time helps teams establish a predictable rhythm, manage expectations, and deliver value incrementally. What are Scrum ceremonies? Sprint planning. The team plans the upcoming sprint, selecting items from the product backlog and defining sprint goals. Daily Scrum. A brief daily meeting where team members share their progress, identify impediments, and coordinate their work. Sprint review. The team demonstrates the completed work to stakeholders, gathers feedback, and adjusts the product backlog. Sprint retrospective. The team reflects on the past sprint, identifies areas for improvement, and makes adjustments for future sprints. Product backlog refinement. A continuous process of reviewing and updating the product backlog to ensure it's clear, prioritized, and ready for development. What is story point estimation? Story point estimation is a technique used in Agile development to estimate the relative effort required to implement a user story. Story points are abstract units that consider the complexity, risk, and amount of work involved in a story. Teams assign story points to user stories based on how difficult they perceive them to be. The most common scales for story points are Fibonacci sequences, e.g., 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, etc., or t-shirt sizes S, M, L, XL. Story point estimation helps in planning and forecasting future sprints. Explain the burndown chart. A burndown chart is a visual tool that tracks a team's progress towards completing a sprint's goals. It shows the remaining work in story points over time. A downward sloping line indicates the team is on track, while a flat line or upward trend suggests potential issues.